Tonight you'll hear from the new Coast Guard commander, and we'll tell you about a fatal accident in the West that has left 3 children without a father. Also, it's the busiest cave in Belize for tourists, but there are multiple crocs in the cave at Nohetchen. You'll hear why Nitch can't do much about it, and we'll show you a man who got 21 years in jail for rape. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Thursday, December 18th, 2025. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indira Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
While banking options shrink and credit unions come under pressure, the central bank has announced the shutting down of 19 credit unions. 19 closures, all using the same liquidator. The very one tied to St. Francis Xavier Credit Union and colleague of Governor Kareem Michael. Was there any bidding? Any open tendering? Because when the same people keep getting the same jobs over and over without competition, it's arrogance from the very top.
Why settle for one look when you can have two? Available now at Mikado are these reversible blackout curtains that give you 2 beautiful styles in one. Perfect for any mood or room refresh. And the best part, they're only $45. Yes, 2 looks for the price of one. Switch it up anytime. Cozy one day, classy the next. And with blackout fabric, you'll enjoy privacy, comfort, and a good night's sleep too. Visit us at number 37 Albert Street and choose your favorite style of reversible blackout curtains or shop online at WhatsApp 609-2222. Mikado, your number 1 textile palace.
They're not just Christmas season, they're $1 million season. Because sometimes the biggest blessing come in the shape of a late ticket. This Christmas, the best gift could just be a ticket for $1 million. The $1 million jackpot draws December 20th. Buy your ticket now at any certified Bolito seller on the For We Bolito app or at forwebolito.bz. Go buy your ticket today for a chance to make your Christmas season extra special.
What made me want to start my journey in terms of owning a home was basically me having my own space, my own domain, and having something extremely special for my family. That feeling was indescribable. It was amazing, moving in the first time, seeing all the new furniture, the new paint, the new accessories. I was amazed. Home for the holidays means to me bonding with my family, having an amazing time in the Christmas spirit. I would highly recommend Atlantic Bank's personal loans for home renovations because of what it did for me. I fixed my kitchen, I fixed my storage, I fixed my master bedroom, my showers, you name it, I fixed it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Your security is our business, so we gonna protect you like a champion, like a champion.
Guess what, Mr. Handsome? Yeah, over there, champion security. This is the place to be. What does sign say? Champion Security. Here at Champion Security, we provide quality service. You know why? Such as triology lock, fire alarm, IP camera system, gate operator, biometric lock, and alarm system. Champion Security. Make a go check out where they go on inside of Champion Security. And boy, nice to meet you, my brother. Yes. Tell me a little bit more about Champion Security.
Well, welcome, Mr. Hanson. Here at Champion Security, we offer fire system, alarm system, camera system, gate operator, access control, and also trilogy locks and magnetic locks. Everything you need to do with security systems for residential and businesses, you could find everything here at Champion Security. We also consist of 12 technicians, and we offer technical support 24 hours. So anything you need for your security systems, you could find everything here at Champion Security.
Remember guys, here at Champion Security, we live by our motto, where your safety is our business. Give us a call now. Don't forget to check us on Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media platforms. And continue to shake it to the max all the way. Champion Security, the best place to be. We care for your safety.
You wanna rent it? That's not a problem. We got remote gate.
Belize has over 200 miles of coastline that depends on marine enforcement teams dedicated to protecting our livelihoods and the future of our ocean economy.
Our role as an enforcement entity is for us to ensure compliance. And compliance and conservation goes hand in hand. Our motto at the Fisheries Department is sustainability for future generations. And most of the resources that we have gotten that we needed, we applied through the Blue Bond project, and we have got those resources to aid us with that.
Through the Blue Bonds program, Belize is strengthening governance, improving management, and enhancing monitoring of our marine resources. With advanced technology, drones, GPS, and real-time tracking, officers can respond faster and protect our blue space more effectively. Through the Fisheries Department and the Coast Guard, the government of Belize is developing a national fisheries enforcement and conservation monitoring strategy. This coordinated approach ensures stronger enforcement, better decision-making, and long-term protection of our marine and coastal resources, securing livelihoods for all Belizeans.
There's been a shift in the focus and interest in our blue spaces from the government. Therefore, our Coast Guard strategy had to align in that direction. And in doing so, we found some new partners. We were able to find common grounds to work with non-governmental organizations and to work with the Ministry of Blue Economy and the Blue Bond Permanence Unit as well, who has been very instrumental in coordinating our efforts to meet the requirement of those other agencies as well. The Belize Coast Guard is well integrated into that maritime focus. Our enforcement, our patrols, our operational designs has recently shifted to include a lot of emphasis on conservation efforts.
Belize is strengthening fisheries governance, improving the management of our marine resources, and enhancing the effectiveness of our marine protected areas. Together, we are more prepared, more united, and committed to protecting what makes Belize extraordinary.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
On Tuesday, it was announced that the Coast Guard Commander Admiral Elton Bennett would take over as the CEO for the Ministry of Home Affairs and Enterprise. That created an immediate opening at the top of the BNCG with 3 possible candidates for leadership. Today, it was unofficially announced that the appointment would go to the logical choice, Deputy Commander Greg Soberanis. Here's a story of how the selection was made.
A new Coast Guard commandant has been named following the departure of Admiral Elton Bennett, who moved on to be the CEO of Home Affairs. While it is not official just yet, the CEO of the Ministry of Defense explained why Captain Gregory Soberanis was the most suitable for this role.
The current acting commandant of the Coast Guard is Captain Gregory Soberanis. He was the vice commandant or the deputy of the Coast Guard for the last about 3 to 4 years. He was away for one of the years that Admiral Bennett was the commandant of the Coast Guard. So he's the acting commandant, and the only reason he is the acting commandant is because, like we said earlier, the Prime Minister is the one who appoints the commandant of the Coast Guard. So we are expecting, while it's not official until it is official, we are expecting that Captain Gregory Soberanis will be the next substantive commandant of the Belize Coast Guard. Captain Soberanis started off here in the BDF as a member of the Maritime Wing. The Coast Guard was born out of the BDF, the Maritime Wing. When they broke off in 2005, some BDF officers went along with them, Johnny Borland, Elton Bennett, Gregory Soberanis, and a few others. So he's been with the Coast Guard from its inception, more than 18 years. The Coast Guard celebrated 20 years this year. He has a wealth of experience. He's commanded at all levels, area command, fleet command. He's been the vice commandant for a few years. So Captain Gregory Soberanis, like General Anthony Velasquez, they've held senior and strategic positions throughout their various security services, and we have all confidence in the world that both are ready. And we must thank their predecessors, General Loria and Admiral Bennett. We must thank them for properly preparing the succession plan of both the BDF and the Coast Guard.
And it's the PM's vote that has the final say. We asked him how he came to select Soberanis as Bennett's successor.
He has always been second in command, and acting commandant Soberanis has been a great officer, and there's absolutely no reason why we should not undo that. So I think it was just a natural transition, and that he can continue the work that was already started. And we believe that he is going to be successful as commandant of the Coast Guard.
The veteran guardsman expressed gratitude and humility.
I am humbled and grateful, appreciative really, that I have been given the opportunity to train and prepare for this position, for this moment, and for this time. I've been in the Belize Coast Guard since 2007. The Coast Guard has prepared me. The Coast Guard has given me the exposure and the experience for me to now take up, or at least at this moment, having the opportunity to be acting commandant of one of of a prestigious organization that serves the maritime interests as relates to security and defense of this nation.
Jomari Lanza, 7 News.
As he said, it is a prestigious post, and there are others who feel qualified for it. When asked whether he felt any concern about what some may describe as competition, Captain Soberanis stated that this is simply part of the process that must take place.
I didn't feel any way, really. The Coast Guard, we have a cadre of competent officers, or senior staff has been trained at some of the best schools in this world. So we do have a competent staff, and the Coast Guard has, I mentioned, a succession plan. So it wasn't an issue for me, really. It is a natural part of the process of selection as relates to who succeeds outgoing Admiral Bennett.
Soberanis recently graduated from the National Defense University in the U.S. A family is mourning their son, husband and father of 3 after he was knocked down and killed by an SUV. 31-year-old Mark Bull was on the Bullet Tree Road early this morning when he was hit by a car. His mother is left distraught since she's now lost 2 sons to fatal accidents. And now she's demanding justice for her second son since she didn't get it for her first. Courtney Menzies has this story.
Just after 1 o'clock this morning, 31-year-old Mark Bull was killed in a road traffic accident on the Bullet Tree Road. He was reportedly walking on the road, heading home after his shift as a security guard, when he was hit by a Toyota 4Runner driven by 45-year-old Julio Valdez. Bull's mother tearfully explained that she got the call around 3 o'clock in the morning, but by the time she got to the hospital, he had already passed away. She says it's her second son who was killed in a car accident.
It hurts so much because Mark Bull, my son, was a very smart, intelligent, respectful person. No one can ever say that Mark was out there doing anything bad or mischievous. Mark have always been a very helpful person. He studied at Sacred Heart Primary School. The last place he worked was at Lizaraga as a security. The last call I got from him was Tuesday, telling me that he was going to Belize City. I didn't heard anything more about him. But my message that I want to send out there is that I just want justice. Justice, because this is the second son I'm losing in an accident, a traffic accident. The first one went down. I didn't get help. I didn't get justice. Now this is the second, and I think we need to buckle up. The law need to be strengthened.
This morning before dawn, his family went to the point of the fatal impact and lit candles in his memory, an act of remembrance and grief for the loss of a son, sibling, and father. Magania said that her son had 3 children and was a provider for his home. She added that he would always be willing to assist anyone with a smile on his face.
I will always remember my son as a hard-working person, very helpful. He's always outgoing for everyone. Doesn't matter what size, what age, what color. He has been that person that you can depend on. He is the person that cheers you up when you're down, because everything for him was a smile on his face. And that will always bring me that memory, because he knows that when he reaches home to me, he knows I will tell him something and he would always smile of what I'm telling him. He is the breadwinner of that home, so who will be there for him? Will that person who took away his life be there to provide them, to give them their needs?
Blood samples were taken from Valdez and his vehicle has been impounded as the police investigate. Courtney Menzies, 7 News.
And just before that accident occurred, there was another one at mile 18 on the George Price Highway. Just after midnight, 25-year-old Zinedine Hernandez was driving a Dodge Ram traveling from Shipyard to Dangriga, transporting a house, when he reportedly saw an SUV traveling with high beams into his lane. The SUV collided with the front left corner of the zinc house. The vehicle veered off the road and landed in a nearby ditch. When police arrived on the scene, they found the body of 38-year-old Dean Martin Perez, a tour guide of the 8 Mile community. An NIP was served on Hernandez. We'll take a break now. When we come back, there are crocs in the cave at Nohoch'chen. Tour guides are afraid their tourists could be at risk. But what can Mitch do about it? Plus, he pretended to be a cop when he went into a woman's home and raped her. And now Leon Lam will serve decades in jail for it. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
This weekend is going to be massive. Shop at any of our Benny's entity this Saturday and Sunday for our massive Massive weekends. 19% off plus no GST equals huge savings. Enjoy as much as 50% off on select items, leaving you with even more cash in your pocket. With falling prices and Massive deals going on right now, you save even more. And don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. Don't have the app yet? You can easily download via Google Play or App Store and sign up to start earning your B-Bucks. So visit a Benny's store or Benny's entity near you on Saturday, December 6th and 20th from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sunday, December 7th and 21st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Huge savings, no GST. It's the massive Massive weekends only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's, Benny's.
Belize, it's that time again. GST-free weekends are back on December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st. Just in time for big savings for Christmas. On these weekends, most local retail goods will be GST-free at checkout. That includes frequently bought standard-rated goods such as furniture, appliances, electronics, clothing and footwear, Christmas decorations, curtains, rugs, Marley, toys, and grocery items like seasonings, mixed essences, mixed fruits, and soft drinks. Everything you need to make your December more affordable. And good news for the holiday cooks. Picnic shoulder ham, smoked ham leg, and imported turkey are 0 rated all December long. And before you leave the store, always take a quick look at your receipt. You should see the GST removed or discounted automatically. So that means more savings and more room in your Christmas budget. So Belize, let's shop smart this Christmas season. December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st, GST-free weekends, brought to you by Belize Tax Services.
While banking options shrink and credit unions come under pressure, the central bank has announced the shutting down of 19 credit unions. 19 closures, all using the same liquidator. The very one tied to St. Francis Xavier Credit Union and colleague of Governor Kareem Michael. Was there any bidding? Any open tendering? Because when the same people keep getting the same jobs over and over without competition, it's arrogance from the very top.
Driving around, particularly during this holiday season, can be quite an experience. Families are out shopping and the streets are buzzing with excitement. It reminds me that this season is all about connections. And it starts with how we treat each other, even on the road. When I'm behind the wheel, I always remind myself that being on the road is more than just following the rules. It's about looking out for each other and making sure we all get home safely to our families. This season, let's continue to be alert and be kind on the road. Be courteous, give way, and stay safe. A message from BEL.
The next time you're passing creative marketing at 146 corner of East Collette Canal and Alenby, don't be shy. Come on in.
Welcome to Creative Marketing, where everything is possible.
We offer services like graphic designs for logos or banners or any other special request. Get designs printed on t-shirts for sporting events, special events like birthdays, or for your business. Get your polos or dress shirts officially embroidered with logos or business names. For special requests, our sewing department can get you fixed up with custom preferences. Our in-house name brands like Eliani's collection produces uniform dress shirts and blouses for work or school. Our Z-Tech Sportswear produces fisherman shirts and dry fit polos for males or females. Ask about other items. In other departments, we produce customized banners and fin feathers. At Creative Marketing, there's so much more. So next time you're in need, come take a look. Call us at 207-2023, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Creative Marketing, where everything is possible.
The journey towards owning a home was a family decision as we needed stability and security. And it was a financial investment that we would have for our family's legacy. Getting a home loan from Atlantic Bank was very easy. The officers there were able to walk you through the process and you were able to ask questions. Moving into our home for the first time was a blessed and happy experience. I remember turning the key for the first time and the family was so excited to see our new home where we'll be making new memories in.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Indian restaurant located at 148 Newton Barracks Road in Belize City, saying great authentic Indian cuisine. More space, a VIP area, and better ambience. Visit them at their new location or place your order via WhatsApp to 614-667. Restaurant. Come enjoy a true Indian experience.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
What? Give me this one. Yeah, give me that. Cake. I know eat that. Pepper and take that. Thank you. Jo Marie, come on. Give me some cranberry. Thank you. Oh no! Oh my God! Thank you. Bruh.
Wait a minute.
Victory.
Jules, you need back surgery.
I don't. I'm good.
You need back surgery.
I'm good. I don't. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
You don't need back surgery. You need to resign.
Resign. Resign. Resign.
And there's breaking news. After a horse riding incident, Jules Vasquez decides that he needs back surgery and he's going to resign from Channel 7.
I hereby
Resign. 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 Resign.
Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
There was a daring armed robbery yesterday evening at an office complex linked to the Fort George Hotel in Belize City. According to police, the incident occurred on Wednesday around 6:30 p.m. CIB personnel visited the residence building of the Fort George Hotel on Cork Street, which is about 200 meters from the main hotel. Police met a 33-year-old account payable clerk of Belama Phase 1 who reported that two men dressed in full black and armed with 9mm pistols stormed into her office and demanded money. She told investigators that the men then took her into another office and tied her up. Moments later, she managed to free herself and returned to her office, where she discovered that a cash pan containing $9,000 in Belize currency had been stolen along with her purse. The suspects then escaped through the front gate. A release from Fort George says, quote, the incident did not occur within the Fort George Hotel and Spa premises. It took place at a separate office facility in the vicinity that is not part of the hotel's guest areas or operations. No guests were involved or affected, and hotel operations have continued as normal. Our operations and guest areas were not impacted, and guest safety was never compromised. End quote. You might say a bale of cocaine that police found off the coast of Kikaka was built Ford tough because it survived days at sea. This morning at 7 a.m., officers on Kikaka say they discovered a large plastic bag on the seabed. They found 23 parcels of suspected cocaine inside, amounting to 64.2 pounds, with a wholesale street value of about $500,000. All items were sealed and labeled as found property as investigations continue. A man who pretended to be a police officer will serve more than 21 years in jail after he raped a Belize City woman. This afternoon, Justice Ricardo Pilgrim sentenced Leon Lam to 21 years, 1 month, and 26 days for the September 24, 2022 rape of 30-year-old woman, an attack the court described as vicious, degrading, and traumatic. The court heard that Lam forced his way into the victim's home while armed with a gun, pretending to be a police officer. The woman's roommate was present at the time but was unable to intervene. During the assault, Lamb slapped the victim, beat her, and called her a pig while raping her. Justice Pilgrim found that the harm caused to the victim fell into the high category, noting the severe psychological impact outlined in the victim impact statement. The victim told the court she felt dirty, ashamed, and withdrawn after the attack. Because of the violence, the use of a firearm, the forced entry, and the degrading language, the judge increased the sentence. The court also treated Lamb as a predator offender, noting that he had a previous sexual conviction just months before this crime. The judge said Lamb showed no remorse, limiting the mitigation allowed. Lamb had denied the allegations during trial, but the judge ruled that the victim's testimony was credible, detailed, and believable, forming the basis of the conviction. 30-year-old David Friesen, a 30-year-old Belizean national of the Mennonite community, has been sentenced to 13 years in prison for manslaughter by provocation following a plea agreement accepted by the court. Friesen entered the guilty plea on November 17, 2025, admitting to the strangling death of his friend and drinking companion, 28-year-old Alexander Villamil. The sentence hearing took place this morning before Justice Nigel Pilgrim, who noted that the plea agreement recommended a 13-year sentence, which he accepted. According to the court, the incident occurred on February 17, 2024. After socializing at a bar in Maskell Village, Friesen drove Villamil home. Both men were reportedly intoxicated when a verbal altercation escalated into a physical struggle. Friesen admitted to strangling Villamil to death before leaving him by the roadside and going home. The court applied mitigating factors for Friesen, including his lack of prior convictions, expressed remorse, cooperation with authorities, and good character as described by family and community members. While the maximum penalty for manslaughter by provocation is life imprisonment, the court set the sentence at 13 years and 1 month. It's Belize's #1 site for cruise visitors, but tour guides who use Nohoche are worried that their guests may be in trouble the next time they go cave tubing. And that's because they've spotted multiple crocodiles in the river. And they're asking Nitch to help with relocating them. But it's complicated. We spoke with one of those tour guides today via Zoom.
For some years now, we have noticed that crocodiles started to show up in the cave system at Nohoche. And through the years, we have seen them grown and stuff like that. And about 3 years ago, we saw one. Now, as of a couple months ago, we saw about 3 or 4 of them along the route that we conduct our cave tubing tour now. And what's frightening is that the sizes of these crocodiles are not small. No? For example, the one that was seen inside the cave by many tour guides and tour operators from different companies was a little bit over 10 feet, according to a lot of them now. And at the exit of the cave, there's another one which measures about 6 feet. And we have pictures and videos of these crocodiles. And we have made reports to the park rangers. The park rangers are well aware of the crocodiles within the cave system. And hence the Nitch have gotten a report about it. And when Nitch heard about it, they sent the Crocodile Research Center at the park to speak to tour guides and tour operator about cohabitating with these animals in the cave system, which I think is very good for educational purposes, but there is no way we could cohabitate with a top predator, and we're dealing with tourists and stuff like that. And what we are very concerned about is that this is their livelihood. Cave tubing is their livelihood. It's the highest and most requested tour in the country. And God forbid while we walk on one of these crocodiles and one of our guests gets injured by these crocodiles and stuff like that in the cave system, what will happen to our business and what will happen to this destination that our guests love to visit so much. At the exit of the cave, there is also, everybody knows that there's a bunch of huge tarpons that is great sighting for our guests. And you would always see them flouncing, and they're big. These are big tarpons, 5-6 footers. They're all gone. They're all gone because We had turtles in that area. They're all gone because, we know that the crocodiles in that area have eaten them. Where the crocodile hangs out, it's a very deep area. So God forbid it bites anybody, it could pull them straight under the water, and that's it for us.
But there's only so much NICH can do. As Dr. Melissa Badillo explained to us, they're not the experts. So they called in the Crocodile Research Coalition for assistance. And while they've educated the tour guides, they haven't been able to relocate the crocs as yet. Here's what Dr. Badillo told us over Zoom.
We at archaeology, we're not experts in crocodiles or in wildlife. And so we depend on our partnership with the CRC and the folks at the crocodile the CRC folks to guide us on how to best handle this. And they have been out there several times. In last year, I believe they had done 2 relocations for us. But unfortunately, this is the natural habitat for those animals. And so they keep returning. Now, what Dr. Tejas and her team at the CRC have advised is that, as long as there's no interfering with the animal, they will keep their safe distance away from humans, because the same way we're scared of them, they're scared of us. At the same time, I completely understand the tour guides' perspective, because it is their livelihood, and there might be a possibility that something could happen, and we don't know that. We have been reaching out to them. They have come out on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, the time in between where the crocodile might be spotted, as opposed to when they get there, that time lapses, and the animal is not there whenever they get out there. They have been coming, early in the mornings or late at night, times when tour guides don't see them. So maybe they're not aware that we have been trying to locate the animals. The team again is scheduled to come out this weekend, and we hope that it can result in them actually capturing the animal and relocating it. We have been embarking again along with the CRC in doing some educational awareness outreach initiatives on site at Nohochchen. And we even erected a sign, I think from earlier this year or late last year, we put up a sign advising on, safety and ensuring that they are aware that there's a possibility these animals are in the rivers. Please keep their distance. Don't try to feed it. Don't interfere with it. And as they've been doing, report any sightings to the office. And the minute we have that, we pass that along to the CRC team.
We'll keep following the story. Country Foods inaugurated its new Minsa corn flour plant in Spanish Lookout yesterday. After launching the plan for the new swing bridge, the PM went for the opening of the plant. But before he left the city, he told us that this plant is evidence of positive growth happening in the country.
Yeah, I'm going to Spanish Lookout for the inauguration of the Minsa plant. It's an investment of almost $3 million, and that will help us then to be able to, or farmers can grow more corn, convert it into Minsa. Presently, we will be able to consume about 70% of what they produce, and the other 30% can be exported, especially into CARICOM or to El Salvador, to Guatemala. There are different areas that we can look for investment, but these are the exciting things that are happening, and sometimes it pains me that, and I'm sorry, I don't want you to take it personal, but sometimes you all are so negative. All you look is just on negative things. There's a lot of good things happening in this country.
A positive sign, but even increasing costs of living has been putting a hurting on regular folks. Aside from that, in early 2026, both water and electricity rates will increase. When asked about the government's cost of living committee, the PM said it's too early for it to yield results. However, in the meantime, he explained what the government has been doing to lighten the financial load on Belizeans, which may include a free day in the free zone next week.
There's no magic wand. What we have been doing, we've been doing a lot of different things that can help with the cost of living. GSC weekend, free weekends, for instance, that helps. That 12.5% that people save, that helps with the cost of living. let me tell you, in cabinet we just agreed to maybe next week Tuesday to allow Belizeans to be able to go to the free zone, to be able to buy no liquor, no cigarettes, just clothing and shoes, that kind of stuff. Again, that helps. Scholarships, that helps. Food, the food and feeding program for children, that helps. NHI, that helps. NHI is already over 20,000 visits per month already. So all of these things, when you put it together, it's helping. You could imagine if we weren't doing all of that, how much more difficult it would have been for people. So it is unfair when you try to make these allegations as if we are not concerned and we're not doing anything. We're doing a lot of different things. The minimum wage, when it went up to $5, that helped significantly. So I believe that we have a proud record when it comes to saying that we want, that we are doing something. And listen, we recognize that challenge. Unlike other prime ministers, I am on the ground every day. I don't stay in an office. I walk the streets. I visit here this afternoon. I'll be at the inauguration of the Minsa plant in Cayo, and there I talk to people. So we are aware of the difficulties we're all facing. We are facing it as a country, as a nation. A lot of contracts that we give when they come back say the prices have gone up because the price goes up because goods have gone up or materials have gone up. As much as we hate it, but it is a sad reality.
And so while Belizeans will be able to take advantage of discounted prices at the free zone, however, beyond the anticipated bargains, there's always the concern of security after all. One of the leading figures in the zone was known to drive a bulletproof vehicle inside the zone. And last week we showed you the implementation of police ATV patrols throughout the area. This increased security can only make one wonder if the zone is indeed as safe as they say it is, and what has driven the sudden urgency and why now. We asked the area rep of Corazol Southeast.
I think, as you know now, I mean, there's increased economic activity on our Belizean side, on the Mexican side, and we always have to keep our security apparatus up to speed. So, I mean, I know that there's always the negative connotations there, but it's not necessarily out of reaction to that. It's that we just got to stay ahead. I wish we could get some more investment up there to improve the security apparatus up there.
And we know that on Tuesday will be open to Belizeans. Can we anticipate that everything will be going smoothly there in terms of ensuring safety on both ends?
Yes, we have been assured that all the different departments, because it's not just security, right? Remember, we have the customs, you have the immigration, you have the free zone authorities. Everyone is working together to be able to have a smooth operation on the day for Belizeans to go and to be able to shop in the free zone.
And in other government news, when will redistricting happen? The last time we spoke with the Attorney General, he told us, quote, the government had made a commitment in early March that it would proceed to ensure that the redistricting exercise concluded. So, we asked the Prime Minister about it today, and here's how he responded.
Yeah, redistricting is going to take place 2026. I need to repeat again, it's not as easy as it seems because we also have to amend the Constitution. The Constitution is not clear as to how many seats. One. Secondly, it's not clear if you can get rid of a seat because of the redistricting, especially in Belize City, who has been, well, having more seats than it should have based on its number of voters. But there's also another important aspect of it. The Constitution speaks to the number of people that live in the area, not necessarily that vote in the area. And so again, we have to have clarity in those things. And so that takes at a minimum of 90 days when we get to make that change. And so it is something that will be done next year, and it will be finished by the end of 2026.
And concerns expected to be resolved and settled within the coming year includes the formation of a national bus company. The Prime Minister says he acknowledges the need for an upgrade and the change when it comes to our public transportation system.
We hope it's going to come in effect next year. I don't know if it's January, but next year, I think we need to commend Minister Zabani for the tremendous work that he has done. He has been doing a lot of consultations and even looking at how we can bring these modern electricity run buses to be able to reduce our carbon footprint, to be able to reduce the cost of moving passengers across the country, and also to give the passengers a good ride and let them ride in comfort. Because I've been saying it for the longest, it's unfair to passengers, get into these old buses that, you get dusty, you get wet, then broke down. So this is a good change, a positive change, I believe.
And as for another project set to improve within the coming year, we also asked the Prime Minister if they will pump more funding into the Joint Public Accounts Committee. Here's how he answered.
Remember, we have done great changes in that. We're the ones that expanded that committee. We're the ones that brought in the Senate, and we are the ones that have insisted that that CEOs need to go and that whenever they're called, that they have to go to the GPAC. Resources are limited, and every committee will tell you that they will need more resources. Take into account the National Assembly as it is right now. We are meeting about 10 times a year. We try to meet every month. Under the Barrow administration, they were meeting probably 3 times, maybe 4 times a year. House committees now are meeting regularly. We even televise we live stream these house committees so the public can know what's going on. The Senate now, they meet in committee, something that has never happened. I know the Senate, the debates go on for very, very long. I mean, we have 13 members and everyone believes that they have to speak the whole 45 minutes. And so that goes on for long. So even the National Assembly probably needs more resources. Listen, what is being paid, the stipend given to senators, I hope I'm not going to get into trouble, but we need to reconsider what they're being given. They're being given like $16,000 a year. I know they meet every month. What we have done, we have agreed now with the leader of the Senate, of the government business in the Senate, along with the president and with of the Senate and the Speaker of the House. We have agreed that we're going to come up with a calendar for the year. So we've agreed now, starting next year, the first Friday of the month, we're going to have a House meeting. And then 2 weeks later, then the Senate is going to have the meeting. So then the Senate will have about 2 weeks to be able to prepare themselves for the Senate.
We'll take a break now. When we come back, a Christmas salute to soldiers by the PM who served them lunch today. And we'll show you the plans for the new swing bridge. Don't go away.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
One of the reasons I applied for a credit card at Atlantic Bank was because I travel a lot. I'm always going here and there and everywhere, and having that card made my life so much easier. I could literally charge everything. I had no issues. I don't have to worry about carrying money. And that has been one of the most effective points. Using my Atlantic Bank credit card has improved my life drastically. I learned to budget properly, the online service that it gives, the features that it has, and also knowing that when I'm shopping online, it has a protective feature for it. Having an Atlantic Bank credit card, especially having 2 sons that are always wanting something. They want to shop here and they want to shop there. The good part about it is I get to look at Atlantic online to see where my spending is and to make sure I'm staying in budget.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
What? Give me this son. Yeah, give me that. Cake, I know eat that, I know eat that. Pepper and take that, thank you. Jo Marie, come on, give me some cranberry, thank you. Oh no! Oh my God! Thank you. Bruh.
Wait a minute.
Mmm. Big fruit.
Jules, you need back surgery.
I don't. I'm good.
You
I'm
need
good. I'm
back
good.
surgery.
I'm good. I don't. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
You don't need back surgery. You need to resign.
Resign. Resign. Resign.
And there's breaking news. After a horse riding incident, Jules Vasquez decides that he needs back surgery and he's going to resign from Channel 7.
I hereby
Resign. 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 Resign.
Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
For the past few days, we've been reporting on tensions developing between the Friends for Conservation and Development, the Forestry Department, and the logging company named Bullridge. Sources have also suggested that there are those in the Defense Ministry who also have issues with FCD over operations in the Chicky Bull. But today, the CEO of the Ministry of National Defense and Border Security dismissed that suggestion, stating that he's friends with friends.
So the FCD has had a great partnership with the BDF for, at least for my entire career in the BDF. When I was a young platoon commander, 2011, 2012, all the way up to 2015, the FCD primarily focuses on the Chicky Bull Forest Reserve, and the battalion in charge of the Chicky Bull is stationed at Camp Belisario in Cayo. So during my various tours at Camp Belisario, I worked hand in hand with the FCD, Mr. Manzanero, Mr. Derek Chan. We used to ride a tractor that they have called the Jumping Viper. The tractor, unfortunately, is no longer in operation, but the BDF works well with the FCD. The BDF understands that our role is to protect the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Belize, and so we will partner with anyone who is willing to aid us in assisting that, in assisting the goal of getting that done.
As we reported last night, the construction of the new swing bridge means removing the iconic current structure which has outlived its useful life. Nevertheless, the snazzy design of the new bridge has been unveiled, and well, according to the minister, Julius Espat of MIDH, the bridge was designed by the best of the best and can withstand natural disasters that affect the city.
Well, swing bridges of this type, it's hard to find again. It's technology way back in, I think, the 18th or 19th century. We looked at all options, but the cost was really high. We've had experiences of having bridges that move and they end up not moving because of lack of maintenance, which is a factor in Belize. So the government of Japan, with their analysis and our engineers, we we came up with a proposal that's more permanent. The height will be higher than the swing bridges. It will be at a certain height that boats can go under, of a certain type. And so that's what we're doing. We're looking at climate resilience, something that can resist hurricane winds and floods. And we got the best because the government of Japan and their engineers are awesome. I mean, they go through serious tsunamis and earthquakes and typhoons, so they know exactly what they're doing.
For the avoidance of doubt, the new bridge will not be swaying. And while the bridge is a huge project for the identity of the city, the George Price Highway Rehabilitation Project has greater scope and a larger price tag. Yesterday, we spoke with the chief engineer at MIDH, Evandale Moody, who broke down what the cost factor of the George Price Highway reconstruction is looking like. Moody explained that nothing like this before has happened in Belize, so they cannot make comparisons to any projects before.
Looking at the entire project now, the entire project is not a resealing or a resurfacing, it's a reconstruction. So from Belize City all the way to Hattieville, we will rip up everything that is there. And then we will come back and reinstate new sub-base and base, which has a significant cost. And we have to bear in mind that the sub-base and base that we're putting down for this new highway, that is the pavement. It's not the hot mix that we're going to put on top. It's not the surface dressing. That is the main structure for your highway. And so that has a significant cost. And so it's difficult when they have to look at the project, and to compare apples and apples, you have to look at the same thing. And so that is what I had to do yesterday to explain to them.
They spend weeks away from their families out in the bush and off-grid walking the borderline. And so today's annual BDF Christmas luncheon was not just nourishment for the body, but also the spirit, as they received a thank you for all that they do as soldiers. Jo Marie Lanza was at the event at Price Barracks.
Our heroes who stand guard by day and night sat down for a Christmas meal today with their Ministry of Defense family, where a total of 800 BDF soldiers were served. Their CEO says that other camps in other districts will have their Christmas luncheon as well in the days to come.
As you know, it's a season to give thanks. It's a season to be grateful for all the work that has been done throughout the year, all of the hard work. And no one works harder than our soldiers and sailors. It's truly service above self. They have, day in and day out, when people go home and rest, the soldiers are always on duty and always protecting our country. So it's the least we can do to show them our appreciation for all they've done throughout the year. We have our various luncheons around at all the different camps. So on Tuesday, we had a luncheon at Fairweather Camp in Punta Gorda. Yesterday, we had a luncheon at Isles Camp in Orange Walk. Today is the main base, Price Barracks, the headquarters of the BDF. And tomorrow we have the Christmas luncheon at Belisario Camp in Cayo.
Their Minister of Defense says the luncheon is a great military tradition of theirs, one he takes pride in attending each year.
What you're seeing is, like I said, it's a long-standing tradition, us giving thanks. The military is big on giving gratitude to those who serve, because remember, these are the ones who perhaps work the hardest throughout the country. What I mean by that is that when they're on patrol, they're out there 24/7, sometimes weeks on end. Most other work, you go to in the morning, you come home in the evening, you have the weekends, not with the military. When you're on patrol, when you're on duties, you're on full time.
The Prime Minister also stopped in to greet some of the soldiers and officers to express his gratitude for their continued service.
This is a tradition that the BDF has had for a long time, that we have a Christmas dinner, lunch together, all of them. From my end, apparently no Prime Minister has ever been doing that. But to me, I find it that is the least that I can do to be able to show some form of appreciation for what they do for us all year long. Many of our BDF members are unsung heroes. They do a lot of things out there for us in the jungle, protecting us, and they never recognized for that work. So I think this is the least I can do to be able to be here. Break bread, as they say, just before the Christmas. And in many instances, I serve food along with the other officers.
Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
And from BDF and politicians to cops and kids, today over 100 kids were given gifts and a Christmas lunch by the Community Policing Unit. It's the 4th year that the unit has partnered with the Taiwanese Embassy and the British High Commission to bring Christmas cheer to kids from the Belize district. The commander of the unit, ACP Howell Gillett, told us more.
What we're trying to do, we are trying to humanize the police department. We want to work with our young people to show them that law enforcement is not just about putting on a handcuff. There's a different side to policing, and we're trying to do that. So there are many things we are trying to achieve, but we start with young people because we want to minimize the amount of young people who go on and join a gang, who do the wrong thing, who are on the wrong sides of the law. So from an early stage, and we specifically chose these kids because these are the kids we believe were overlooked by whoever were giving out gifts to people in the Belize district. We believe these ones would not have gotten one if we did not partner with the British High Commission and the Taiwanese Embassy. So we're so pleased. It's over 100 children, and this is the 4th year we're doing this with those 2 diplomatic missions. So we cannot do it as a police department alone because we don't have a budget for it, but because of the partnership that we've created, we're able to do it. So it's so pleasing for us to see these young people have a gift now, just like other kids within their communities.
The Taiwan Embassy is very proud and honored to partner with police department to extend our seasonal greetings and gifts to lovely children and their families living in Belize City. Yeah, and Taiwan and Belize are all friends. And since we established diplomatic ties in 1989, we've made friends with each other for 36 years. And this event is once again a testament to our partnership with police and our friendship and support to local community. And that's our embassy always wanted to do. Yeah, especially during the Christmas season.
Lawmakers in the Mexico City Congress got into a full-fledged brawl in their parliament on Monday. It happened during a debate over the disbandment of the Mexico City Transparency Institute and the body slated to replace it. Members from the Morena Party and their rival, the National Action Party, known as PAN, were pulling each other's hair, throwing elbows, slapping and wrestling. Now, we have many verbal disagreements in our Belize Parliament, but boy, nothing close to that. Not recently, at least. We asked the PM for his perspective.
It goes to show you how well behaved we are when you look at what's going on, not only in Mexico, but you've seen that in Asia. You've seen a lot of fights going all over the place. I think you've seen it. I think it's in Canada also that they, but in Central America that happens all the time. Listen, we again are like the media like to sensationalize negative things, but look at where we are. We could argue with one another in the house, and when that's done, we are hugging one another, talking, and we're friends. I mean, that's all about. You do your work, but then at the end of the day, we're all Belizeans. So why do we need to be able to go into any kind of physical fight?
And that's our newscast for tonight. Thanks for watching with your news. I'm Indira Craig. Remember, you can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook or YouTube pages. Have a pleasant evening. Join Miriam Ablo-Kawe here tomorrow, and I'll be seeing you back on Monday. Until then, have a good one.